Our dear friends Luca and Annika spent the weekend with us to try out sailing. Luca loves the sport, but Annika hasn't had much experience with it, so she was curious to see what it's all about. But the weather gave her a very real welcome instead of an idyllic one. Will the boisterous IJsselmeer deter Annika from future sailing adventures, or is this just the beginning of many adventures to come? And so after your first day of sailing, kind of for real, on Magic Carpet on the IJsselmeer, what were your thoughts? I'm Maya, and this is Aladino. Our journey began a few years ago when this boat fell off a crane. After 4 years of rebuilding her, we named her Magic Carpet and we set sail to go around the world as slowly as possible. This season, we're sailing in the Netherlands. Join us as we explore the history and strange natural beauty of this seafaring nation. From the canals of Amsterdam to the pastoral islands of the Waddenzee, welcome to Magic Carpet in the Netherlands. New episode every Friday. A good adventure should start with a good meal. Our friends Luca and Annika had just arrived and we were all getting ready to spend a weekend sailing and exploring the local area. We had a few different goals. First of all, we just wanted to have a good time and see something new. But second of all, we wanted to introduce Annika to the world of sailing. Her and Luca are thinking of embarking on a similar kind of lifestyle, but Annika's sailing experience is still limited. So we were in for a weekend of all things nautical. But first, time for an early night in preparation for the next day. We are currently right here in a place called Stavoren, which is in Friesland. And right now we're deciding where we would like to go because the wind is coming from the west, so like this. And our experience has been that when the wind comes from the west and we're right here, things actually get quite choppy here and unpleasant. So we're just deciding if we want to go out into the IJsselmeer or if we want to check out some of these more inland lakes. I think we've decided we'll go out into the IJsselmeer because the wind isn't that strong, so we'll have a look at how the chop is. I don't think it'll be too bad. And if it is too bad, then we'll turn around and we'll go into the lake because I think we want to have a nice day sailing. But I think if the chop is not too bad, we're going to head up to, let me find it again, I think it's
Hindelopen.
Here. Hindelopen, which is up here. Check out their surrounding area. See what we see. It's an extremely short voyage from Stavoren to Hindelopen, but we thought we'd plan for a shorter voyage just in case the choppy waters were a bit unpleasant. Should we wish to sail for longer, we could always do that and then pull into Hindelopen whenever we felt ready. So with the plan in place, we eased out of the harbor.
Well, basically I was saying I head out, we react accordingly.
Oh, great!
Yes! No, I'm hoping that I can reverse as much as possible.
Yeah.
And then try to go out, but since the wind is pushing us, we might actually get close. So maybe it's like going out and docking here again or something, I don't know.
Leaving this spot was actually quite tricky since the spot was given to us at a discount because it should actually be for a much smaller boat. Combined with our Vinda's poor turning radius and pretty bad reverse performance, it's a bit of work maneuvering out.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Well, that's enough. Yeah, will we make it?
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Slowly and carefully, with lots of hands helping, we made it out safely.
If I would have gone immediately, we would have crashed into the boat or into the dock. Yeah. Because we didn't have enough room. Did you see even now it was close?
Yeah.
When
Having Luca and Annika with us is always a joy. Luca is keen to help with absolutely everything boat related, and Annika is most comfortable with a camera in her hands, which is a huge help for me.
Life won't wait.
So there's a crazy amount of boat traffic out this morning. It's insane. It's like we suddenly found ourselves on a boat highway. We're all heading towards the loch to get out onto the IJsselmeer, so it might actually be a bit of a wait or a very crowded loch, which to be honest I'm a little bit nervous about. I don't love the idea of that, but anyway, always new things to try, so we'll see how it all ends up.
Everybody wants to go sailing, and now I'm more excited about it too. Seems like it must be perfect weather, even though it's raining. But I think we'll wait. There's just too many boats right there. Even though I've seen them in the Netherlands, they also lock boat to boat next to each other in the locks, so it's not just on the wall, but like sometimes they sandwich in between.
When the day is longer than the night.
So many boats. I have to admit, even after going through over 200 locks during our inland journey through Europe, this was a new challenge to us. The inland waterways are often surprisingly empty, whereas here the locks were packed full of sailboats.
Oh, I see! There's 2 locks, so we can decide as we go. But we have to stay in the flow now, in between the other boats, and just approach slowly and decide last minute if we have room in one of the locks, or otherwise we just stay on the wall here and wait for the next one.
To me they both look super full, so I would just like go up to the front and dock, and if someone else wants to cram in there they can go past us. It was actually kind of a relief to see the light turn red as we approached, so we didn't have to try and cram ourselves in with all the other boats.
And we're the first ones though for the next turn.
The mast. Oh! Ow!
When this little boat motored past with a broken mast, we started to wonder how good the sailing conditions really were, and why so many people seemed so eager to take advantage of them. As soon as the light turned green, everyone rushed forward. Queuing doesn't really seem like a thing here. You just rush in where you can, but somehow it seems to work out.
So we try to go as far as possible. I think you take the last third one, bollard, or the fourth? I think the third fourth maybe will be okay. Yeah, let's go as far as possible. Second even, or third, yeah.
Which one?
No, next one.
Next one?
Yeah.
I had the boat hook ready on the bow to catch the forward bollard.
No! Maya? Yeah, and let it go forward, Luca? Let it continue? Okay. Awesome! Stop us. Okay. That's not what I would call inviting conditions. And there's just such a huge rush, everybody going out, taking this lock right here to make it into the IJsselmeer and go sailing. It's pretty windy, we got around 20 knots. Yeah, I suppose this is perfect sailing conditions here.
And then the gates opened into the IJsselmeer. We nosed out of the lock, curious what we'd find once we cleared the safety of the breakwater. Would this be a good first sailing experience for Annika? Or would it be the kind of day that puts one off sailing forever? We'd soon find out. So, Annika, what was your sailing experience before today?
Before today, my sailing experience was close to none, because when I visited you before, I was usually going with you on the canals. So I have never seen Magic Carpet's mast up, and I have never had any sailing experience except for sailing on a Zurich lake.
It's calling me, like the rainbow. It's calling me, like the rainbow, the rainbow.
We are sailing along at about 6 knots, so going pretty good. We have 2 reefs in the main and we have a reef in the Genoa, but we're still making hull speed, so no use shaking out some of the sails. That'll just increase the weather helm. But yeah, pretty good. It was definitely a bit rolly leaving the breakwater, but now that we're a bit farther out from land, having the sails up versus the engine definitely adds a lot of stabilization to the boat.
What an adventurous day! I guess it's pretty typical Dutch. Everybody's looking forward to be shaken around a little bit. It can be fun and it can become uncomfortable. We don't have far to go, but it's great to see it and get a taste. Is it? Yeah.
Eyes are wide open. It's calling me, like the rainbow, like the rainbow.
How does it feel to be steering a boat under sail again?
Yeah, actually pretty natural to be on a
Excellent.
boat again and
Yeah.
have a tiller in my hand.
You are quite a natural at it. And Annika, what's your thoughts about sailing so far?
I don't know, yeah, I still need a little more time.
Yeah.
Because it is all very new, and just the thought of that I could be afraid of it, I should be afraid, makes me a little respectful.
I mean, I don't think you should be afraid. I think, you know, there's things to learn. Especially...
We're here accumulating experiences.
Exactly.
And hopefully only positive experiences. The more of those accumulate, the more everything becomes one super wow.
Super wow.
The more super wow it gets.
The more super wow, the better. The more often you want the super wow, right?
I just got completely distracted. Over there are so many kite surfers. It just looks like a kaleidoscope of different kites. That's crazy. I don't know how they don't crash into each other and get tangled.
We have a kite instructor on board.
We do.
Would you tell us?
Well, in my experience, as soon as you're on the water, you really see who is going where and who has right of way. So it just looks really crazy, but it's not.
It's manageable. All right.
I still think it would be crazy.
Yeah, no, I
Only
get the
if
same.
you know what you're doing, of course.
Yeah, no, I
guess
get the
it's
same
manageable.
feeling.
Yeah.
Where is the Hindelopen? Like this, right?
I think. Oh, it's straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yay!
Fun day sail.
There's our harbor.
As we approached the harbor entrance, we brought in the sails. The moment the sails get stowed away, the motion of the boat always gets significantly worse. Without the stabilizing force of the wind, the hull is left to roll mercilessly in the unpleasant chop. That usually means that on a choppy day, the final motor into the harbor entrance is often one of the least pleasant parts of the entire trip. docked in front of the harbour master's office and Aladino went to ask about moorage for the night. That's usually quite a straightforward process, as people in the Netherlands speak perfect English and the harbours are usually well organised and fairly priced.
Alright, spot 417 is ours.
As we motored towards our dock for the night, I was excited to ask Annika what she thought about the day after we had tied up.
Here we are! We just arrived to Hindelopen. We managed docking just fine, but they always give you the very exact length of spot. So this place actually is a little less than 9 meters. Magic carpet sticks out a little bit. So you most of the times need to have your spring lines ready before you actually get the stern lines. Because if you just would loop over your stern lines over the bollards here as you come in, you would hit with the bow. But we managed just fine because we have noticed that before. Sometimes they give you spots that are just enough or a little bit shorter.
And so after your first day of sailing, kind of for real on Magic Carpet on the IJsselmeer, what were your thoughts?
That I was so happy that I had an experienced crew with me. For me, those were actually big waves. I was used to maybe a little wavy weather on a lake, which is, I think, rather different. And they were coming from every side and they were really tossing the boat around a bit, I felt at least. So seeing that Maya, Aladino and Luca were so calm kind of made me calm as well. But if they had not been there, I think I would have been freaked out quite a lot.
But that makes sense. I mean, even I don't like the chop, really. Yeah. It's not a pleasant chop. No. And I mean, I know enough now that we don't have to be scared of it, but it's still not fun.
Good to know.
And after today, are you inspired to learn more about sailing, or are you kind of like, I don't know if I need to repeat this?
To be honest, I don't think I need to repeat this in particular, but the dream of sailing and continuing sailing also comes with the lifestyle I can see that you and Aladino have, and how comfortable you have made your little home and diamond, and how much it feels like a life I would really want to lead. And I am very, very keen on learning how to sail and on learning how to sail in calmer waters. Also seeing how a boat moves and in what way the sails work. It is very beautiful nonetheless. So no matter how choppy, it always looks very nice. It's just a little scary.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It was a boisterous day, I think.
I'm happy you feel that as well.
So we are now going out. It is evening, but we relaxed on the boat in the afternoon. We made some food, we chilled, we rocked around the harbour and looked at boats. Now time to explore town. The sun is setting, it's a beautiful light. Won't you join us? Aladino and I have put on our finest for going out to town.
Finest?
Yes, our Jacques Cousteau hats. Here they are in all their glory.
Ready for adventure.
Indeed. On to greater discoveries.
And you can see land as well.
Ahem.
Yeah, you can see land too.
Mr. Boat Obsessed.
Yes?
Let's go to town.
No. Let's go to boats. Here we are. Wow, that one has quite a
I'm going!
It has an antenna, it has a radar,
Bye-bye!
generator, and it has this
Wow, a radar, a wind generator, things we have never before seen. Can you imagine, dear viewers? A radar and a wind generator on one boat at one time. Can you believe it? I can scarcely believe it.
those boats are seriously set up.
Okay, let's go seriously set ourselves up with some beer and some food.
Beer.
That's true, you do have a beer.
Wrong way on the video.
We will cross a really expensive boat now.
Is there a really expensive
Yes,
boat? There's
it's
actually
almost
many.
$1 million. It's for sale.
Oh really?
Yeah, and it's almost $1 million.
Which one?
It's 900. It is over there. We will pass it when we walk. I looked at it. It's 900,000 something.
Euros.
Yes.
Wow.
So
This
it's
is slightly
really
over
expensive.
our budget.
Oh, over
Just
here is the De Valk broker, that's why. De Valk is a European boat broker that deals in very nice boats often. But yes, nicely priced as well.
So much wow around here. Look at this one.
There are a lot of boats. There's the De Valk brokerage.
I love this, the Valk showrooms. And there you can walk up so you can see the deck, or actually you can go for a tour of the boat.
With all this, you should be able to get a job for De Valk.
Yeah, the Valk is, it's a broker that has got it figured out.
Do you think so? I mean, we've never dealt with them, so I don't know how
I
they
find them
actually
very
are.
professional. I even thought of if we sell our boat to contact and do it through them. Yeah, no, I like what they do and how they do.
Okay.
I mean, mostly also they have very nice boats, and one thing that I really don't understand is when you see boat ads and the photos are so bad, like a photo of a photo or stuff like that. And I find you try to sell something and for a really high price especially, put on some nice photos.
Yeah.
And the Valk goes through the effort. I don't know if they have a professional photographer which sails when the owner is on, or if they even have a team who takes the boat sailing and then they take photos. But
Yeah, I
their
have no
photos are
idea.
amazing, for example. And that's an important detail.
Okay, we shouldn't do too much of an ad for De Valk unless we demand payment.
Yeah.
The sunset sky was an especially nice backdrop to view some of these beauties at the dock.
This boat was built in 1890
That's incredible.
and it's in extraordinary shape.
Yeah.
And also, look at the sky. It's so pink. Isn't that beautiful? Just a streak of pink along the blue. Okay guys, but we've stalled for too long. We really should go to town.
Maybe tomorrow we can have a look at the puffin. Yeah, maybe we
Maybe.
can get the keys from the brokers.
I don't know if they would give keys to ragamuffins like us.
Can we see your puffin?
They're definitely not going to give it to you if you call it a puffin.
Because one day we want to poof poof around the world
Oh god.
with a puffin.
Yeah, only because of you. And I was scared at the beginning of the weekend.
Oh, the mariner's hut, so they can be out of the wind.
Finally, we did make it into town. Seen for the first time at Blue Hour, it was a rather magical little place. The street lamps, which add so much character to European streets, were glowing softly, lighting the whole scene with gentle light. And so with that, this episode ends. Join us next week for more sailing adventures with Luca and Annika, where we enjoy a slower paced sail in some calmer waters. As always, thank you so much to all of you for watching. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and leave a comment if you liked the episode. And an extra big thanks to our patrons for making all of these episodes possible. If you'd like some real-time updates, there's actually some pretty exciting things going on in real time, then you can join our Patreon account for as little as $2 a month, and that's what makes it possible for us to keep producing these videos. And like I said, patrons do have real-time updates to look forward to every week. And last but never least, a huge thanks to these folks who really go the extra mile to make sure that these videos keep being produced every week. And we'll see you all next Friday.